What is up, beautiful people, internet? I'm Wesley.
I'm Steffi.
It's Wes and
Steph.
Take us reacting to JIN's 2022 cooking vlog. Let's go.
I'm so
Whenever
excited.
there's more BTS cooking content.
You guys
That's a
recommended.
big knife.
이거 봐주셔야 되는데 이거 멤버샤를 위하여.
Menbosha.
네, 안녕하세요. 진의 브이로그입니다. 저는 지금 그 한국에서 굉장히 유명하신 셰프님 중에 한 분인 이제 이연복 셰프님의 쿠킹
I would
클래스
feel intimidated.
이렇게 가서 요리를 배우게 됐는데요. 사실 이제 셰프님한테
I
요리를
mean, I would, but I'd be like, I'm an
많이
amateur.
배워본 적은
As long as they don't
없고
kill you or me, we're
식당
good.
가서 요리를 이렇게 몇 번 얻어먹은 적만 있습니다. 그리고 지금 가는 쿠킹 클래스는 뭐 사실 쿠킹 클래스라기보다는 제 개인적인 한번 요리를 가르쳐 주시게 됐습니다. 사실 뭐
Jin is already
거기는
good at
몇 번
cooking, too.
놀러 가봤는데 되게 분위기가 좋고 요리를 배우기 괜찮은 네, 환경입니다.
Well, what's the name of the restaurants? We can go there
이
whenever we
요리가
visit South Korea.
취미였었던지라 셰프님한테 이거에 대해
10 years from now?
얘기를 하니까 셰프님이 저한테 프라이팬
That's so
와,
nice.
That's so nice.
칼 이런
Those
거
are
선물해
expensive.
주시더라고요.
Jin makes good friends with chefs very quickly.
나이는 제가 조금 더
Knives are not cheap, like good knives.
셰프님의 손주보다는 많지만 이 손주의 마음으로다가 셰프님과 이렇게 친한 친구가 되어 이렇게 자주 뵈러 가는
That's sweet.
한 중년입니다.
That's cute. I think it's important to have people of like all ages in your
Yeah.
life if you can. And because there's wisdom, you know, at every stage and
there's
mentorship.
stupidity at a lot of the
That's
stages.
true. You
Like,
might be the mentor.
I appreciate sometimes when I do get to hang out with like teenage boys, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's how my brain used to work, and it makes me appreciate like.
D now where you are now.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, it'd be so fun to be young. Then I hang out with young dudes, and I'm like, oh god, it's so good to be 31. Even though they're having a blast, like they would not switch with me, but I would not switch with them either. You know?
I think it's cool that Jin has relationships that he calls friendships at every level.
We saw Chef.
Yeah.
He did not look like he could have grandchildren that are
No.
almost 32. He
So
looked
maybe that's an insult.
great. He-
배우면 좋을 것 같다 하셨고 제가 그 이제 셰프님 가게 대표 메뉴인 멘보샤를
멘보샤.
배우면 재밌을 것 같다라고
Signature
얘기를
dish.
했었는데
Really?
시간이 되면 두 가지를 다 하고 시간이 안 되면 한 가지만 일단 진행을
You guys ever
하기로
done a cooking class?
했고요. 그리고 셰프님 드릴 선물 여기 가르쳐 주셨어요.
Did you see what it was?
No, for a second I thought it was toilet paper.
I thought it was paper towel.
저희 할아버지가 또 양봉장을 운영하시거든요.
Really?
작은
Is that
양봉장인데
honey?
이제 또 꿀이 이번에 나와가지고
That's
꿀
so cool.
He'll
통을
love
갖고
that.
왔고요. 그리고 좀
Those are
괜찮은
such
와인.
good gifts.
네, 셰프님 저랑 술 먹는 거 좋아하셔가지고 와인 괜찮은 와인 하나 들고 왔습니다. 그러면은 이 선물 받고 좋아해 주셨으면 좋겠는데
Jin's new nickname should be the Grandpa
좋아해
Whisperer.
주실 거라 믿습니다. 그러면은 이따 또
I feel like honey's a
다른 데서
great gift. Like
카메라를
raw,
한번 더
Yeah.
like
보도록
local
하겠습니다.
honey.
Bougie honey.
Yeah.
네, 저는
Unless you're my mom who hates honey.
클래스에
She's a
도착을
weirdo.
했고요. 지금 들어갑니다. 안녕하십니까? 안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까? 오랜만입니다. 안녕하세요.
I know. I'm trying to see the restaurant. It does look very.
Ah.
저 브이로그 같은 거 찍는데 이제 셰프님이 같이 함께 해주신다.
It looks way more comfy than I thought it would.
멘보샤.
I thought it was gonna be like more like super fancy.
Yeah, I thought it would be more like austere.
알겠습니다. 근데 제가
He's not gonna help. He's just gonna tell
Oh,
us.
it's fried.
그리고 제가 이 간단한 또 선물 이게 그 체리 향이 진한 체리 향과 이제 뭐 붉은색 꽃잎이 뭔가 이 살짝 들어간 와인이라고
Wow.
합니다.
감사합니다.
그리고 이거 저희 할아버지가 양봉장 하시는데 이번에 꿀 나와가지고 이렇게
할아버지 양봉장을 하죠?
네,
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
함께 하십니다.
오, 와. 야, 이런
Save the
That's
bees.
so cool.
야. 잘 먹겠습니다. 꿀.
네.
이렇게 꿀까지. 야, 진짜 꿀이.
I'd love
좋네요.
like I love the idea of having like a hive on your property and just going out and getting your own. You don't?
Oh, no, I don't
guess
like
that's
that.
not happening. But I think it's a cool.
I like bees. I can talk myself into when there's a bee flying around me and stuff. I'm like, this is a bee.
Oh, that's right. Wesley hates
This is
them.
a pollinator. This is a good thing. It creates honey,
Look.
which I love. But I don't really want them near me because they stink.
If you don't bug them, they don't bug you.
But I'm just as happy to embrace the division of labor that led us to society at this point in time and say,
Let
like,
other people harvest the honey.
you beekeepers are glorious, wonderful human beings that I appreciate so much, but I don't think I could handle that many bees. Oh, I was gonna say it's like smooth like butter, so Jen's sweet like honey.
일단 빈손으로 안 와요, 진이가.
아닙니다. 저 빈손으로 되게 많이 왔습니다. 네, 그러면 저도 준비하러 이만 가보도록 하겠습니다.
이렇게 해서 손만 여기 치고.
The crumpling noise of the paper is really satisfying on the cuts.
It is.
That's a business apron.
자, 여러분 저는 이제 셰프님과 같이 요리 배우는 것을 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. 멘보샤를 만들 거고요. 이제 이거를 이렇게 해서
His chef outfit's cool. It's like denim.
Yeah.
잘 해보도록 하겠습니다.
네, 이거 하는 거는 진이가 다 하도록
예.
코치만 해줄 거예요.
꼬치만.
예. 그러니까 여기 이제 이게 새우가 300g이에요.
새우가 300g.
새우가 이제 준비된 게 300g인데 새우는 대체적으로 이제 할 때
Really?
수분을
We don't eat shrimp.
스푼을
So I don't know anything about it.
그냥 여기다
부어서 물기 쪽
그냥
여기다 부어서 이 전설의 대셰프님 앞에서
아니야.
I know my hand would be like.
이렇게 해서 위에서 꾹꾹 눌러줍니다.
위에서
쭉 펴서
새우를 꾹꾹 눌러.
It's weird too, cause like if you just communicate,
눌러.
they wouldn't expect you to be better than you are, but I would still get nervous.
I know.
어차피 부셔야 되는군요.
It's gonna be mashed?
I didn't know shrimp was something that got mashed.
아우 그 정도 뭐다 짜졌어.
오케이.
이렇게 이 칼을 등을 이렇게 넣고 새우를 이렇게 보면 이렇게 누르면 으깨져.
오케이
Oh,
알겠습니다.
that's how I mash garlic.
한쪽 손으로
So that works.
옳지.
잡고
That is a cleaver.
이렇게
Oh,
Dang, that is a
my knife
knife.
is not that big.
두 개씩.
요거를 이쪽으로.
That's like what Bill the Butcher killed people with in the movie.
이쪽으로.
Or Barry the Chopper.
이렇게 해서 이렇게 밀고.
It's a beautiful knife.
이렇게 놓고 또 으깨고.
Is that Damascus steel? I don't know enough about knives, but do you see the pattern on it?
Yeah.
안 으깨져.
아우.
이렇게 생각보다.
한 두어 개씩. 그래서
또
밀
이렇게
내려놓고.
바닥에다 쓱. 이런 방법도 있고.
이런 방법도 있고.
This isn't very.
Whoa!
이렇게 해서 대대.
Sorry, I overreacted. I was impressed.
어떤 게 나을 것 같아?
이것도 도전해 보겠습니다. 스냅이 덜
It
좋네요.
startled me.
스냅이 있어야 되는구나. 스냅을
이렇게 딱 치면서 끌고 오는 거지.
Oh,
딱 치면서
스냅.
끌고 오는 거.
I find watching really expert chefs cooking
부러질 것 같아.
so
Satisfying. I
satisfying.
don't learn how to chop like them.
이렇게 해서 이렇게.
I don't want you to learn to chop like them because I want you to keep your fingers.
도전해 보겠습니다. 도전해 보겠습니다.
이런 거 하나하나를 이런 나중에 옳지.
안 돼, 안 돼.
그 정도면 됐어.
이 정도 됐어요?
그 정도.
I feel like he's just disciplining the shrimp.
이게 요리인이 되는
Like a spanking.
그렇지.
안될 것 같은데.
어차피 가져야 돼. 일단.
Like a mob boss to a mouthy goon.
이런 거는 그렇지 이제 한 두 마리 넣고.
그렇죠. 그냥 꾹 누르도록 하겠습니다.
그러니까 누르든지 때리든지.
For sure, you're gonna hit it. Who's gonna press when you can hit it?
해야지.
That's way more fun.
안 늘어.
See, even the noise is satisfying.
살짝만 다지면 돼. 이게 식감이 있어야 되니까.
식감이.
그래서 보통 다지면 칼날로 다지잖아. 이렇게 이거는 칼 등으로 다져.
Whoa! The spine of the knife?
리듬이 있네요.
리듬 타주면 힘들지가 않아. 리듬을 안 타게 되면 왠지 모르게 막
These are like secret techniques.
속에서 뒤틀리고 그러고 있어.
He would make it into like a
이런
beat.
하시면 되게 잘 치시겠는데요?
그런 거 시도 못해. 이상해.
He only feels the rhythm in the food.
That's so weird that they use the opposite sides so they don't dull the blade.
I don't know. I have no idea.
오케이 됐어.
오케이.
너무
너무 짜지면 이제 그게
안 돼.
된다.
여기다 계란 신자 빼봤어?
네.
I feel like they're so
알이 흰색.
real chefs are so quick with the
이게-
knives.
요즘에 신계란.
They speed up the process.
진이가 가끔가다 요리를 해보니까 그래도
There aren't a lot of white eggs.
너 알끈 빼야 된다고
That's
배웠습니다.
true. All of ours have been brown lately. I haven't thought about it.
Because at least in U.S. the white eggs are usually the cheaper ones for some reason.
Oh.
And the brown eggs, because we're getting our eggs from a local farm.
That's true.
And they're all brown.
That's true.
So I think that's why for us at least. I don't know in general.
쳐주는 거야.
알끈 안 빼도 되나요?
관계없어.
아 상관없구나. 사실 저도 요리할 때 알끈 안 뺍니다. 자, 별 큰 차이 없더라고요.
그러니까
아는 척할 때만 얘기해요.
이제 이런 거.
Oh, is that like that little spot that's in the egg,
마른
maybe?
거서부터 시작을 해야 돼.
마른 거부터.
그래서 마른 거 전분. 이게 한 스푼.
What kind of starch?
한 스푼 여기. 이제 새우 반죽.
Cornstarch?
가득 한 스푼 하나요?
톡톡톡톡 쳐서. 오케이.
Potato starch?
한 스푼만 더 넣자.
한
두
스푼.
스푼.
두 스푼.
두 스푼. 이게 감자 전분.
Editor.
Potato
so
starch.
crazy.
Potato starch.
그리고 이제 여기. 이게 뭔지 알아? 돼지 기름이야.
돼지 기름. 오, 돼지 기름을 요리에 쓰는구나.
이게
Really? They don't use lard for cooking?
비법이야.
It's pretty
멤버샤의
common
비법.
in
돼지
Mexican
기름.
food.
고소해지고 반죽으로 응고시켜.
비법 유출돼도 되나요?
괜찮습니다.
아 괜찮아요.
한 숟갈.
We don't eat lard either because it comes from pigs.
다들.
But I've heard it's delicious.
그리고 아까 계란 한 알이었잖아.
We've used beef sweet before, which is supposed to be similar.
계란
I don't know how much it actually tastes similar. Like similar purpose at least.
감칠맛 반 3분의 1스푼.
3분의 1?
4분의 1.
4분의 1.
World Star Energy.
청나요 이제?
이제 손 씻고 막 치대. 그래 끈적끈적해.
손으로.
It's interesting that Jin's never used it before.
손으로.
Yeah.
I would have thought it'd be more like common ingredient.
아닌가 손맛인가?
손맛.
아 손맛 오케이.
이게 요리하는 사람은 손을 청결하게 하고 그런 거 안 껴.
That's interesting because we've commented a lot when they do the Run BTS cooking videos. We find it interesting how often they do use the gloves and what a cool idea for cooking it is.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Chef, high class chef is like, no. People who cook, we keep our hands clean.
Yeah,
we use our bare
nails
hands.
trimmed. And it's interesting. It's interesting to me that he said that because I follow somebody on Instagram who, at least they say that they're a chef for a billionaire in the Hamptons. But I think it's legitimate.
I like that she says, at least they say, because she showed me, and there's like a big controversy in the comments where half the comments are like, this is so cool that you're a billionaire chef, and the other half are like, bitch, you rented an Airbnb.
I believe him.
I think...
I'm convinced he is.
I feel like if
he
he's
makes
not,
cool-ass recipes.
he's done a good enough job that I don't care.
I don't care. I mean, it looks
I'm
awesome.
immersed. My
I would
immersion-
eat this if
my
I was a
immersion's
billionaire.
not broken.
So anyway, people in the comments will comment though. They're like, "You're a chef or a billionaire. Likely, then why aren't you wearing gloves on your hands or your hair's not back in a net?" And this guy's isn't, and he just said you don't wear gloves. So you know what? That billionaire in the Hamptons, I believe you.
Billionaire in the Hamptons. He's become the billionaire. His lies have grown.
아 오케이.
이렇게 하면 막
If they are lies.
찰져져.
아 찰져져요. 제 스피디하게. 아 셰프님 왼손잡이였군요.
왼손.
I hate gloves. I have very small hands, and they're always so long on me.
빠르게 치대야 된다.
And hard to use.
섞는 게 아니라.
막 그럼 치대면 섞어지지 자동으로.
There are some things
이 정도면 돼.
I would like to have
여기서
gloves
이제
for though.
뭘
Yeah.
연습해야 되냐면 완전을
Like sourdough. That would make making sourdough easier.
만들어서 멤버샷 위에다 놓잖아.
It's shrimp
그거를 이제
balls.
만드는 요령을 배워야 돼.
Probably deep fried.
뻑 하면 이렇게 나오잖아. 왜냐면 이게
Look at that.
여기 들어왔잖아.
I'm confused. How are they going to take out the shrimp testicles when they mashed them up like that?
Stop that.
꾹.
No, look at that handy little smiley face to it.
이렇게 집어넣고 꾹 하면
That looks really fun, actually.
That's very satisfying.
이게
Look how fast he
멤버샷
is.
이렇게 딱 하면 빵으로 샌드위치는 이제 멤버샷거든. 그거 몇 분만 해봐.
So it's like mashed shrimp on toast.
어려운데?
좀 많이 잡는 게
많이
유리해.
잡아서?
여기서 조절하면 되니까.
조절해서
그렇지.
Oh.
The editor gave Jin's a different face, like a.
했는데 이상해.
I wonder if he does that for like cookie dough balls.
사이 집어넣고 이렇게 다듬어서 이렇게 나오는 거야.
아.
그래서 이게 이렇게 해서 엄지.
I think the cookie dough would be too thick usually.
계속 돌려주면 이게 동글동글해.
Oh, there we go.
그렇지.
There's a happy little shrimp ball.
맞아.
오 됐다.
그리고 중요한 게 뭐냐면 이 전면에 다 묻히면 안 돼. 최소 묻혀야 돼. 이렇게 조금 여기 손가락에 최소 묻히고.
It's really satisfying watching him. Have you ever seen Turkish ice cream shows?
No. What?
그러니까
So they like it's a thing in Turkey where they take scoops of ice cream on these long handles,
Yeah.
and it's a game where they're like, "Here, you want your ice cream," and you go to take it, and they like flip the ice cream out of your hand and
Oh,
stuff like that.
I know what you're talking about.
The way he handles the shrimp ball reminds
It's the
me a
same
lot
thing.
because it's like they balance it perfectly as they flow it around.
He's so good at explaining very specifically. Like I'd be like, no, don't do it like that. Do it like this, because I just don't have the words to articulate it.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, I'm very
It's
bad
so,
at
dude,
explaining.
she's so good at stuff though. It's the most frustrating.
I can't
'Cause
explain
if she
it.
sucked, you'd be like, whatever, I don't care about your explanation. But she's so good at literally effing everything so naturally. And
Not
then she'll be like,
everything.
okay, Wesley,
Things I'm very bad at.
don't worry, baby, I'll teach you how to do it. And she's like, you just go uda ida ada and the bow. And I'm like, what does this mean?
I
And,
respect
like,
other people who can explain well.
like this is
'cause
the
I
type of
cannot.
thing she is. Like she's like, okay, she doesn't measure when she bakes and everything turns out fine. When she paints the walls, she puts no tape down, no tarps down, just walks around with a paint bucket and like an old fashioned Tom Sawyer ass paintbrush and just goes ba ba doo ba doo ba doo
Oh,
and
I
goes
hate
3 times
rollers.
faster than
I
me.
hate painter's tape. It slows
And
you
she
down.
gets no mess. Like no
Makes a
splatter,
mess.
no mess. I take 3 times as long as she does. It turns out worse. I measure everything when I bake it. It turns out worse. It's so annoying.
이 손은 관계없고 이 손을 항상 이렇게 하고
But I'm glad,
but
I'm glad you're on my
I
team.
can't explain it either.
빵 위에다 이렇게 싹 미는 거야 이렇게.
어.
I just think that like you're in contact with the muses of baking and painting or something.
그렇지.
Pop.
응.
Just a tips.
빵 위에
요 손가락으로 이렇게 싹. 그렇지.
It's a very satisfying ingredient to see worked with. Kind of like the slime videos. Remember those were popular a few years ago?
이게 이제 멘보샤는 그 스킬만 배우면 끝난 거야.
I'm gonna try to time it.
언제든지 멘보샤를.
셰프님 수업은 빡세군요.
어?
셰프님
Really?
수업 빡세군요.
아, 수업이 빡세. 얼마나.
이게
Oh, the point is to make it like fluffy.
Oh wow, it's like straight up
껍질을 잘라줘.
kind of white bread,
쪼껍지만
like sandwich white bread.
나서 나머지 마지막에 십자가를 이렇게 딱 자르면 이게 4분의 1, 4분의 1 나오잖아. 그치? 최대한 얇게.
It's kind of nuts to me because like this white bread could be super gourmet, and we just didn't know. But it looks like pretty standard white bread
It
for
looks
sandwiches
huge
in
though. It
America.
looks really big.
There's like 4 slices.
No, I mean like how wide it is.
아니고
It might be fisheye lens.
이렇게 딱 해서 이렇게 쓱쓱
아.
쓱쓱. 그치?
I only know because when we were looking to buy our house, the one that's currently moldy, unfortunately. But when we were looking to buy it, I was like, damn, that kitchen is massive. And they used the fisheye lens. I mean, I still love it. But remember they used the
Yeah.
fisheye lens in all the rooms so it looks like...
It looked way
It looked
bigger.
like a house that was 3 times as big as it is. And it's a very little house. But it's perfect for us, except for the mold. But...
Yep. The fisheye lens will get you on those
So now
realties.
see how big the knife was? It looked like Cloud's Buster store when it was close to the screen.
아니야. 이거는
I think it's wild. Like that knife is probably as much as our little house, and they're cutting like normal sandwich bread with it, as far as we know.
이러면서 한 가지 한 가지.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought they used different knives.
다르네 달라.
다르지?
You mean like the super serrated?
Yeah.
정확하게
정확히
딱
사등분.
그림을 그려놓고 딱 중간에 십자가 그리면
아, 이
4등이니까
정도야. 이지하죠.
딱
사등분.
쓱쓱. 그렇지.
You see how it just slices through? That knife
That's
has
gotta
to
be a
so
sharp knife. Ours are not.
내가 4등
사등분이
있잖아.
살짝 애매한데.
You don't need a bread knife if you just have a sharp knife.
아 그래요?
이게 샌드잖아.
Those are very
하나
satisfying.
넣고 뒤집고 하는 거지.
제가 세팅하겠습니다.
그럼 몇 개 나와요?
With how well Chef is explaining everything, I would have thought he does do cooking classes.
All right. He probably does train like his employees.
Yeah, lots of
아
them.
그래요?
That's a good point.
그러면은 가만 있어. 소스부터 만들까? 이거 튀기면서 소스 만들까?
소스 그 제가 좋아하는 그 소스인가요?
맞아.
This is the sauce I like.
그러면
소스부터 그럼 간단하게.
I find that so often to be the case.
셰프님 혹시
I want to make just any old sauce.
뭐가?
그
Like I'll think I like the main ingredient of the dish, and then I'll try to make it myself, and I'm like, this
It's
sucks.
just because you don't have the right
And I'm
sauce.
like, oh, okay, the thing I actually was enjoying was the sauce.
이렇게 해서 이렇게 하면 되는 건가?
맞아요. 얘를 살짝 이쪽으로 이렇게 이렇게.
Is he just eating? Nice.
You see they did a duck quack for eating the bread. Isn't that funny?
조금만 더 날카롭게 욕심 나는데 어떻게 해?
해봐요. BTS 멤버샷.
Ah.
BTS 멤버샷.
이거 이제 다 져줘야 돼.
저 이거 많이 때려봤는데 그 애가 탈출을 많이 하더라고요. 제가
See, they use the side of the knife for the crushing garlic. I was right.
우리 엄마
그 아까 새우.
And the garlic's giving way more resistance than the
새우
shrimp.
때렸을 때.
Whoa, you can hit
The
the
same
garlic?
thing?
What?
도망가네. 도망갑니다. 아주 안 도망갈 순 없어요. 오케이.
Run away from me? Whack!
가지면 돼.
We don't have a knife that big. I
I'm
crushed
still
it
gonna
like
try to
Jin.
slap the garlic next time we cook with
남들
it.
앞에서 요리해본 게 거의 처음인 거 같아요.
이거는 그냥
What are you talking about, Jen? He said he hasn't cooked in front of people before. Were all those runs lies? Do my eyes deceive me?
뭐지?
이거 다지시는 거예요.
아.
It must be really frustrating if you're really good with a chef's knife to see somebody going like so slowly. He's like, no, just do this. Bah, 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 bah.
전문가의 전 한 요만큼만 했으니까 전문가의 손길은 어떤지.
우리도 이런 거 이게 이렇게 작곡이야.
Whoa.
See, they do the Rocky thing. His pinky almost got it.
When you said the Rocky thing, I was thinking like Rocky Balboa, the movie. I was like, when did Rocky? I know
See?
he's Italian.
I'm bad at explaining.
Rocky's Italian American, but when did he cook garlic in the movies? He just, I remember he punched
괜히
freezer beef.
이거 하기 싫은 뭐 보여달라.
Busted.
절대 아닙니다. 제가
Busted.
다 됐는데?
다된 거 같긴 한데 제가
다 됐어 이거.
제가 감각적으로
Dang.
먹어봐도 될까요?
Should we try and cut garlic like that, Vincent, next
I
time?
feel like I'll do it and it'll look like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I won't be cutting any of it.
마늘 1대1.
I think you do have to use the right knife for that.
이 마늘 한1 정도.
케찹이요? 그럼 케찹이 엄청 들어가네요.
Dang.
이제 얼마큼 먹을지
이
모르겠어.
정도?
오케이.
They're not measuring.
설탕 이거 이 정도면
Oh, now there.
They must also be kissed by the
크게
gods
주군요.
of cooking.
이렇게 하나? 이 정도?
True chefs don't measure ingredients. True chef.
원래는 두반장.
아 이거 X오장인데
Have you ever seen those memes where it's like the normal distribution of IQ chart, and at one end where it's like the dumb side, it's like doesn't measure ingredients, meticulously measures ingredients. Then like the super
Yeah.
genius side
Doesn't
doesn't
measure
measure
ingredients.
ingredients. That's one of my favorite memes.
그래서
XO.
I'm in.
X오장
I think I'm on that side too.
No, you. It turns out. If it turns out, who cares?
크게 2스푼.
Like, here's the thing. Would you rather somebody makes you a cake and they have no idea and no understanding of why it works, but it tastes good? Or would you rather have somebody like me who, like, I read a Wikipedia article, guys. I can tell you everything, how this is supposed to work, and it tastes like ass. I would so much rather have somebody who's like, I'm going to make you a cake. And you know how it works? Magic.
I know the rough ratios, and I know that what the texture of like the dough or whatever you're making is supposed to be, and so then you just know like, hey, this is the rough ratio, and this is what it's supposed to look like.
And this is why I'll be like, how did you do that? And she'll be like, I just touched it, and the angels whispered to me.
It was too
and
wet.
they-
Add
they
more
said,
flour.
Add more water.
10분. 밑에서
Ooh, what is that?
이렇게 두
식초
식초는
이거로.
I feel like
그래 감각적으로 해서.
아니
Asian sauces are always so good.
Yeah.
So they have like
반-
funky flavors like fish sauce and vinegar and so many cool spices.
We don't use fish sauce in a lot of
불소스게
more Western cuisines.
No, oyster sauce. See,
We don't eat oyster, so we usually use
I
fish sauce.
think some oyster sauce is actually made with oyster. I have to look it up.
아니 아우 더 넣어야 돼. 좀 여유 있게 넣어야 돼.
And it might be in South Korea, but in the U.S. I think they use something else.
When we actually try to make the sauce as intended, I'm always surprised how many ingredients there are.
And you gotta add sugar. Weston never wants to add the sugar, but the sugar's what makes it taste good. Wes, it cuts down the acidity.
비슷한 맛이 나긴 하네요. 색다른 향이 좀 첨가된 것 같아요.
맛있어.
Oh, he likes it. Hey,
멤버샵은 튀는 거.
I love frying. I think it's so satisfying, just the little pops it makes.
So the frying in potato starch.
싹 빼서
That was the part of the cooking when my stuff doesn't work out, we did leave out,
Sugar.
맞아.
is that I'll be like, nah, we don't need to add this.
좀
Yes,
양을
you do.
많이
And I'll be like, nah, we can definitely make this healthier.
많이 안 넣어.
Or I'll just be like,
잠깐만요.
peanut chicken?
No smiley face?
Aw.
Editor, doing us dirty.
그럼 조금만
너무
줄이자.
못생겼나요?
The
Is
biggest.
it too
너무
ugly?
뭔가?
조금만 줄이자. 이양 모자랄 것 같아. 어이?
I missed it. I wanted to time it.
너무 못생겼는데 얘?
아니 아니. 그러니까 아까 이렇게 엄지 손가락으로 한 2번 하면 돼.
한번 더. 친 다음에.
나올 때 엄지 손가락.
야.
짜져서.
That? No, you got it that
I
time.
didn't get a good
Oh,
pop
it's
though.
엄지 손가락 살짝 탁 누르는 거야. 그렇지. 옳지.
Dang, it's kind of
이거는
tall.
진짜 매장용 멤버샤다.
It looks like tuna sandwiches.
크게 만들어줬군요.
It's interesting that he wants it so perfectly round when they just squish it anyway.
Maybe that's so that when it squishes, it's evenly distributed on the sandwich. Maybe I don't know.
They look like cucumber sandwiches or
딱
something.
지금 제일 위험한 시기. 이제 좀 익숙해졌다고 건방지게
아,
빨리빨리
달라고 그래 벌써?
I like how he
건방지게
teases
빨리빨리
Jen.
하려고 하는 시기.
안 돼.
이러다 이제 실수 한번 탁 하고 이제 한번 혼 진득하게 나고 이 새우가 이제 부족할 것 같은데
이거 해야지 이제.
얘는 크게
아니 이것도 마찬가지야. 이것도
똑같이?
크면 안 돼. 얘는 이게 너무 커. 얘는 속이 너무 많이 들어가면 보기 흉해져.
아, 오케이.
We're like J-Hope with our sound effects.
딱 하면 내가 할게. 여기는 내가 이렇게 이거는 약간 만져줘야 되기 때문에
전문가의
사이즈가 있으니까.
I could never work with a chef like this because I am not a perfectionist. I'd be like, it's good enough. Why does it have to look pretty? As long as it tastes good.
생일이요.
It'll be like, taste 10, plating 0.
기름이 차가운 거는 관계없어. 뜨거우면 안 돼. 일단 얘가 되게
안 돼요?
Man, fried sandwiches sound so cool.
그러니까 이렇게 차가운 기름에 너도 관계.
Oh, really?
That's
He's
like a
starting with a
grilled
low
cheese.
temperature?
A grilled cheese.
That's not grilled, baby. That's fried.
Oh, you deep fried?
Yeah, like the oil.
아직
I mean, this thing is, it's not diving into the deep end, but it's definitely in the kiddie pool.
그럼 얘네들이 이제 새우 살하고 그게 좀 응고가 되잖아. 익어서. 그래서 그때 건들면 얘가 부셔지지가 않아. 근데 이제 덜 익었을 때 건들면 변형이 될 수가 있잖아.
차라리 더 탔을 때 건드는 게 낫다.
That's our problem. We always try to mess with
해야
it.
되는데 이거? 아직 괜찮나요? 괜찮아요. 오케이. 아닙니다. 혹시 탈까봐 불안해가지고.
한번 뒤집어도 돼.
지금
The
밑에서
flipping.
위로 아니면 이렇게 잡고 어떻게 할까요?
그냥 이렇게 아니 한쪽에서 이렇게
한쪽에서
그쪽에서 프라이팬 쪽으로 가서 그렇게
Interesting they're
Ah.
trying to, yeah, they're flipping with chopsticks.
벽을 타고 그렇게 싹
됐다.
이제 가운데서 이제 밀면 돼.
이제 여기서
Man, it doesn't even. I would think it was like radish or something. Just looking at that shot isolated.
됐다.
Hey!
말아 친구야.
BTS.
아예
It kind of looks like two little boats floating in a tub.
Got it.
오 됐다. 야.
That's
덕분에.
so cool.
지금 딱 지금.
I want to see what it looks like on the side when it's done.
이쁘네요. 역시
이
BTS
후라이팬하고 기름도 BTS를 사랑하는 거.
상상도 한다는 뭐 그런.
그렇죠.
그럼 보통 몇 분 정도 익히나요? 아니면 육안으로 딱 됐을 때까지?
육안이 추가. 육안이 이렇게 딱.
See, no
봤을 때
I
time.
hate
your
having to
eyes.
judge with my eyes.
On the golden color.
I want to do it by
요걸로
time.
이렇게 해가지고 여기로.
아니 그냥 멤버샷을 잡아서 위에다 올려. 잘 부시지 말고. 이게 꼭지를 조심해야 돼. 꼭지가
이.
잘.
That
It does
looks
look a lot like a grilled
beautiful.
cheese.
고수라서.
This makes me want to try a fried cheese sandwich.
초벌에서 있다 한 번 더 튀겨야 돼.
How we're Americans. We fry everything. How is this the one thing we haven't fried? We're Americans. We love sandwiches and we love fried food.
I'm
We fry
sure it
everything. At our
exists.
county fairs, you can find like fried butter. You can find fried candy bars.
Fried butter.
Why don't we have fried sandwiches? That sounds like it'd be
delicious.
so up our alley.
잠깐만. 근데 기름이 너무 뜨거워.
오케이 너무 뜨거운데 안 된다.
He just dip his finger in the oil?
몇 번 정도 되나?
많이 뜨거우실 것 같은데?
That's horrifying.
기름하고 팽팽했는데
Does he have like a finger that's like numb?
이렇게 해서 이제 집어넣는
아 이제 식었어요?
It's just like perpetually
집어넣으면
burned.
식나요?
I do know when I used to work at the bar, the cooks had such higher temperature tolerance. So they'd ask me, I'd be like running through the kitchen occasionally, be like, oh, can you grab that? And I'd be like, oh yeah, and they'd be like, what are you talking about? And they just grab it and just walk with
It's
it.
weird that that's something that you can build up. Like
Yeah,
a lot of waiters will touch very hot things with their bare hands at restaurants, and then they're like, "Don't touch it, don't touch it. It's really hot." I have special tolerance in my fingers. I'm like, but you're
It's
touching
true,
with your
though.
fingers.
It's true.
몇 도인가요?
아주 뜨거운데 한 170도 되겠는데
저도 한번 넣어볼까요? 아니 안 넣겠습니다.
I'd be scared to, man.
Hot oil burns.
살짝.
그 대신 얼른 넣고 얼른 빼고 손가락이 얼른 입으로 들어가요.
Okay, so then cooling it down.
얼른 빨아줘야 돼.
그게 조건이.
Because if you leave the oil on it, it will burn.
왜 그런 걸 하셔가지고 내가 이거 참.
그걸 굳이
It's a
따라-
party
Funny that
trick.
your mouth doesn't burn though.
I. Ah.
180도. 아 뜨거. 아 180도.
It'd be funny if it's like, here's the funny thing. We literally burned our nerve.
Yeah,
Our
that's
nerves are just burned off. That's why we can't feel it.
사람이 이렇게 손가락 넣은 사람 없었어.
아, 그래요?
야, 대단하네. 이제 집어넣고 이제 가열하는 거야.
because that's something I'm always like, oh, is it hot enough to start frying?
Yeah, I'm surprised they put it in first then.
I would not do that.
You see, they're literally like floating in the oil.
Yes.
보존하려고.
셰프님 이런 말 하기 좀 그런데 그 손가락이 아직도 뜨거운데.
It's like a navy of ships.
뜨겁지. 안 뜨거우면 이상해. 일반 사람이 기름에 손 넣은 거.
And he didn't go quick.
내 주위에서는 처음이었어.
He kind of went pretty slow.
되게
Yeah.
위험한데?
역시 BTS는 다 처음을 해야
Because I feel like if I went fast, I'd be scared I'd dip it in too far.
그래서 진짜 넣을 줄 몰랐어.
요거를 이제 한 두어 번씩 뒤집고 이제 이 친구를 다시 넣고 그다음에 이걸 이렇게 해서 이제 먹으면 멘보샤
끝난 거야. 되게
Best part of cooking class.
Oh, 뭐야,
That was I always did
Eating?
like home ec when we were doing cooking in school because you got to eat something.
저이 기름 요리는 처음
So my senior year of high school, I took 2 cooking classes, the 2 that they offered, and it was great, and 2 study centers because I'm like, I've already gotten into college. What's the point? It was great. I like had like your 4 basic classes, and that was it. And I just got to sit and eat food. It was amazing.
자꾸 아니야. 이제 뭐에 따라서 어떻게 하느냐에 따라 틀려.
떡 같은 거 넣으면 엄청 튀지 않나요?
떡도 이제 튀기는 떡이 있고 안 튀기는 떡. 마른 떡 같은 경우는 이제 막 튀지. 퐁퐁.
그런 경우
So tiak,
안 넣어.
kind of like tabaki.
Yeah.
So tabaki must be a type of tiak.
돼지 껍질 같은 거 넣으면 큰일 나.
아 이래서
I know I
그런
absolutely
사람들은
butchered
이제
the pronunciation. I'm sorry, guys.
이제 멤버샤가 가장 조심해야 될 게 튀길 때 기름의 온도가 내려가면 안 돼. 자꾸 올라가는 건 관계없어. 내려가면 기름을 먹고.
Oh, like it's soggy.
That makes sense.
온도가
I'm surprised they put it in cool then.
얘네 목욕하는 거 보니까 나도 목욕탕 한번 가야겠네.
지금 얘네들이 기름에 목욕한다고 생각.
They're very beautiful, satisfying golden color.
Uh-huh.
와 좋다. 지금 손가락
It's
넣으면
so
안 되겠다.
silly.
나는 넣을 수 있어.
아니 셰프님 넣으면 저도 넣어야 되거든요. 안 넣어주셨습니다.
No, chef.
뒤집어 달라고.
So you gonna flip him with his fingers?
뺄까요?
I don't trust him not to.
이 친구로 빼나요?
아니 젓가락으로 하나씩 여기다 빼서 올려놓으면 돼. 여기다가 이제. 그게 색깔이 나왔잖아.
Oh, that does look really good. That almost looks like a graham cracker, like s'mores.
이 친구 색깔
뒤집어 가서.
괜찮은데 이 친구.
Man, these ones are so much darker than the first round that they did.
잘 됐어.
오야 친구 움직이지 마. 기름도 탄내가 나네요.
It does.
기름 탐내 나지.
기름 요리 진짜 처음 해봐가지고.
이거 한번 뒤집어 줘야 돼. 이제.
That's how I can tell when the.
Whoa! Yeah.
가만 있어.
Oh no!
안돼.
Oh no! Hey, one
He
down.
has his bird.
Only one casualty. It was a good campaign.
이거는
Oh.
꿀팁.
Huh. He's gonna rescue it? I didn't even know you could do that. Whoa.
분들에게 또 새로운 지식을 전해드리기 위한
Clever.
한번 긁어보겠습니다.
이거는 진이가.
I mean, I've definitely burned a lot of things, so that was helpful.
맞죠.
I've never tried to like rescue it though.
I've
That's
never
cool.
rescued it like this.
잠깐 너무 뜨거운데?
Chef was holding it like nothing.
잘 익었다.
Actually worked really well.
Yeah,
That was
this
cool.
saved it.
나와.
이거 닦아줘.
It's that little baby.
이거 안 뜨거우세요? 뜨거. 뜨거운데요?
I'm telling you, they burned their nerve cells off or something. There's the only explanation.
나름 이쁘게 잘 나온
It's
것
weird
같습니다.
that heat tolerance is a thing.
그러면 BTS.
That's
그리고-
pretty. I think it looks great.
이걸 이렇게 뒤집으면
That's
암이
cool.
하필 타버려가지고. 우리
It's just
BTS
battle
불타오르네.
hardened.
Fire.
Fire.
수고했어.
고생하셨습니다.
Ooh. And, oh, it's a dipping sauce.
I didn't think it was gonna be dipped. I thought for some reason it would be poured over.
Me too.
That's really cool.
오, 야.
So it's even more similar to grilled cheese and tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Tomato soup. Not tomato
Oh.
sauce.
너무 맛있어요?
아,
Oh, it is. It's put on top.
숨잡을 데가 없어.
That's cool.
저도 아니에요.
What a neat way to do it.
It's weird. I can't believe they just used regular white bread.
I know with how fancy everything
Yeah.
그러면 정말 제가 셰프님께 정말 이런 말을 꺼내기가 너무 죄송스럽지만 매장 거보다 조금 더 맛있는 것
is.
같아요. 재능이 있는 걸까요? 아니면 셰프님이 옆에 있었기 때문일까?
아, 재능이 있어. 이거 목란이 유협되게.
Oh no.
Makra, that must be the name of the restaurant.
이제 스태프분들이 또 맛있다고.
They made it up for the staff? That's cool.
먹고서 어이없는 표정.
근데 저도
와, 이게
먹어보고 조금 놀랐어요.
진이가 만든 거야? 어이없는 표정.
이거 생각보다 많이 마시는데?
진이가 집에 가서 다리 한번 또 줘라.
저는
저거.
혼자 하긴 좀 힘들 것 같아요.
It didn't seem that terrible. Yeah, it's true. You can watch this video back.
너무
That's a really good
어려운 건
point.
아닌데
그치?
뭔가 옆에서 보호자가 있어야 좀 안 그러면 자꾸 그 기름에 손가락 넣고.
So I was gonna say that's how I figure out the oil smart is if I can kind of start once I start smelling it, then I know it's
Yeah.
hot. And then also I've heard people say you can like crumble and like whatever if you're gonna deep fry like tortillas for Mexican food, you can put in a tiny little piece.
Oh, and just see if it goes. That's
sizzles.
smart.
진짜 멘보시는
쉽고 간단한 음식이네요. 맛도 있고.
And delicious.
처음 하는 사람들이 그렇게 맛을 내기는 쉽지 않은데 너무 잘 나와서.
I want to know what goes wrong usually. Maybe oily. That's probably oily.
Because you put it in too early.
No, he said like you need to put it in when the oil is. It was weird because he said put it in when the oil's not hot.
But then make
Then
sure it
turn
gets
it up.
hotter, not
Yeah,
cooler.
but if it
Interesting.
cools down, then it gets oily. So
I'm learning a lot.
there must be a lot to do with the frying of the bread.
물러졌으니까 다 뭉개지잖아. 근데 쓱쓱쓱 쓰면 또 이쁘게 썰어준다든가 뭐 그런 스케일이 다 하나하나 있거든.
저는 보통 이렇게 한 번에 눌러가지고.
I think that's a very healthy attitude. Like every little thing is a skill.
Interesting.
오늘 이제 멘보샤에 관해서는 이제 만드는 과정부터 기름에 넣는 거, 기름에 넣어서 혹시 탔을 때이 대처법까지
And how to use all those
이
fancy
완벽하게
knives.
이 다 알고 저희가 일부 태운 거잖아요.
그렇지.
네, 그 가르쳐 주려고. 하필 그게 이제 아미 문양에서 조금 BTS 문양에서 조금 마음이 아프긴 했는데 어쨌든 이제 이 제 브이로그를 많이
Heck yeah.
보시고
뭐
멘보샤를 한 번씩들 즐겨 보셨으면 이 좋겠다는 이 바람이 또 있죠.
멘보샤를
위하여.
He did say if you like the wine. I feel like if you're a
오늘
chef,
진행
do you
브이로그
know
이렇게
wine really well at a fancy
Probably.
restaurant?
I think you probably would.
제가 아는 굉장히 친한 형님과 함께 이제 또 멘보샤를 만들어 보기를 진행을
Aw.
해가지고
30 years older would be a parent, not a
굉장히-
grandparent. I would be so offended.
I wouldn't be offended, but it's funny.
I'd be pretend friend offended.
Yeah, pretend friend
잘 나온 것
offended.
같아서 기분이 좋고 기분이 좋은 이유 중에 하나가 또 이제 셰프님께 선물 드린 와인을 같이 한잔해서 지금 기분이 조금 더 좋은 거 있지만 어쨌든 멘보샤가 되게 잘 나오고 맛있게 나와가지고 이거를 혹시 보시는 분들은 맛있는 음식을 같이 만들어서 이렇게
That's
서로
true. I've tried
공유
deep frying in olive oil and it splatters and it's horrendous. Don't do it.
했으면 좋겠다는
Avocado oil has a
마음이
higher smoke
듭니다.
point. Works great.
오늘 브이로그 되게 재밌었고 앞으로도 방탄소년단은 계속됩니다. 달려라 방탄.
That was funny.
That was really fun.
He's so used to doing run BTSs. That was fun.
That made me happy.
I wonder if the producers just asked them all to make a little vlog doing something.
Yeah, they're like, what would you want to do? Cool, vlog it. Something like that. I don't know.
They're like, okay, now you want to go cook? Gotta make it into a vlog.
Vlog, please. Vlog, please. That was fun.
That was fun.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hungry.
I know
Every
my
single
stomach's
time. I
growling.
just get so hungry. But we love you guys. Thank you for watching.
If-
Get yourself some food.
If our lighting or setup looks weird, it's because we're actually at my parents' house right now. Because our house has mold in it. So if that...
We might look weird for a few
We might look
episodes.
weird. If you saw me looking over here a lot, it's because I'm like... am I blocking my face with my hair? Because that happens a lot. Anyway, we love you guys.
Do you guys want to hear the worst cooking mistake I ever did? Okay, cool.
I do.
So I wanted to make peanut chicken.
Oh, I know.
Like, like you get at a Chinese restaurant, and I was in college, and I had a George Foreman grill and chicken breast.
Did you look up a peanut chicken recipe?
Of course not.
No.
I just was like, okay, cool. I know how to do this. Peanut butter, because peanut butter is the same as peanuts. So I just slathered peanut butter all over the uncooked chicken breast, and then I tried to grill it. And burnt peanut butter smells horrible. It smells horrible. It smelled like, I don't know, it smelled like 40 people had all come into our suite and farted at the same time. But constantly. It was terrible.
Where your roommate's like, what the hell?
Yes, I cleaned it up and it was okay, but...
The smell lingered.
No, it didn't. It didn't. We opened up the window. We said we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, check out our Patreon, guys. We just posted our reaction to the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself, the final concert. The whole concert. And it was one of my favorite things we reacted to. It was so much fun.
The
So check that
docuseries
out.
is there too. And the documentary itself. So
Yeah.
we've got everything regarding
Everything.
that concert over there. And we're going to be doing all of the solo docuseries coming up as well.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to do V on Running Man next, and then we're jumping straight into the solo production documentaries around the members' albums. That should be really fun. And we got a ton of other content over there as well, like Bon Voyages and the Soups. So check it out. Oh, and we got K-dramas.
that's right.
That's right. So, Wes and Steph on Patreon. Patreon.com/Wes and Steph. $5 a month. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. So
The glory. It's okay not to be okay. Business proposal. Just keep shouting them. Okay. It's an extraordinary journey. Woo. Okay, bye.